Shut up. No one wants to listen to it. Oh, why did you make your video, Liam? I'm not going to help you in any shape or form. I'm preparing you for real life, Liam. No one's going to care about you as soon as you leave your parents' house.
I really like mechs. Name any game where you get to pilot a mech and I've probably played it. All the Mech Warrior games, played. Hakken, played. Fucking Overwatch with Diva, played. Fucking Mech Assault for the original Xbox, played. I've watched every Gundam series, pretty much any stupid ass Jap cartoon with robots in it, I've seen it. I just really fucking like big robots. So naturally when Titanfall 2 came out, I scooped a copy as soon as I could, booted that shit up, and fired up the single player.
So I recorded that intro way back in December, I think. Yeah, December. So as you can tell, there's been a gap between the recording of the intro and me actually saying anything about this game. And I tried to actually make that review, and you could probably tell I was trying really hard to be funny in the intro. But it's just, I don't have the energy for that shit. So, I don't know, I felt it was a waste to like try really hard on that intro and then never finish it together. So, here is Citrus's super fucking late Titanfall 2 review, because you know on this channel, we only review games after they're dead. Let's get onto this shit. So, I think I'm gonna hit single player first. Titanfall 2's single player campaign was pretty fucking cool. I like the single player campaign, but I feel there are a couple of issues that come up with it. I think my main problem is just, I feel like Titanfall 2 loses focus on what it's about in the single player campaign. I bought the game to fuck up big robots while piloting a big robot, and I feel like majority of the game is spent playing with these one-off gimmicks that are they're really cool gimmicks. Like you're jumping through time and shit, and you got like a fucking gravity gun tool thing, and all of these mechanics feel very like Valve game-ish, but none of them are really expanded on to the point where it's like incorporated into the campaign. I'd be cool if they introduced all of these mechanics and they were kept throughout the entirety of the campaign. But they're just kind of one-off levels, and it feels like they weren't utilized to their fullest potential. I think I really like the Titanfall 2 campaign. I think because I really liked it, I feel as if I'm disappointed in it, because I think Titanfall as a series has the potential to to replace like the gap that Halo had, that nice sci-fi like universe, and it's just fun as fuck to play, like the old Halo games. I don't really find that in the new Halo games. So that's all I gotta say about the single player. So I'd say with Titanfall 2 and the single player gets right, gameplay wise, gunplay in Titanfall 2 is tight as fuck. So you know, got gunplay down. Movement is great, which I'll touch on more in the multiplayer. I really liked it was pretty as fuck. I like how like every like background character in the game is voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. So that's the right category. And then hitting it with the wrongs, I feel Titanfall 2 loses its way a little bit. I would have liked to see some of the game mechanics utilized to a further extent. I felt the plot was super weak. I didn't really give a fuck about anyone, but I feel like it was just a lot of general universe building. I don't know if they're having like story DLCs. I haven't touched that game. Actually, no, I have touched that game, but I haven't touched the single player, so I haven't really looked into whether or not there's been any story updates or whatever. But I can tell it's like a lot of general like universe building and introducing all these factions and shit. So maybe we'll get a better story in Titanfall 3. Moving on to multiplayer, I really fucking like the multiplayer. I think the best aspect of the multiplayer is what I said earlier. I really like the movement in this game, and the like it opens up a door to just kick ass like you can't in any other game. It's like being a one-tap god with the AK in Counter-Strike, but like worse. You shit on kids if you're good at this game. I think that's really refreshing coming off of games that kind of are just like babyish hand-holding where you can't do anything individually like Overwatch and every fucking MOBA. I think that's really refreshing. I really like the gameplay. I feel like a lot of the mechs actually are pretty underwhelming to use. I don't know, like, I mean, I think all of the mech designs are cool and their kits are cool, but they're just a little underwhelming. I don't know. I think the guns are fine. I mean, the devotion's kind of dumb. Some of the submachine guns are kind of dumb, but I mean, really, it's a first-person shooter. Guns would be dumb. There's no perfectly balanced first-person shooter. The Kraber, though, that fucking sniper rifle is satisfying as fuck to shoot. I will say that. So, I'm gonna break it down for you with the rundown at the end. I'm gonna say Titanfall 2 multiplayer rights and wrongs right here. I'm gonna say right, movement is fun as fuck. I'm fast as fuck in that game, boy. Gunplay, I think the guns are super. I think all of them are just fun to shoot, which is like hard to define in a first-person shooter, but they're all satisfying to shoot. It's something I really haven't felt since like the older Halo games. I'm drawing a lot of comparison to those, but they are just fun to shoot. Like unloading a clip on the R97, just you feel like a goddamn A10 Warthog, just rain down bullets from above. It's pretty fucking awesome. So movement, gunplay. I think the variety of game modes is pretty cool. That's more of a weak, right? I feel like there could be more. When it gets wrong, it's fucking dead. It's a dead game. It's not really dead. It's dying. You play with like the same 4 people if you try to play the game. I don't really like the fucking loot box drop system, but that's in every FPS, so it's kind of unavoidable. I don't know, I feel like the Titanfall 2 multiplayer is just really solid. I'd say the biggest wrong is like getting fucked by their publisher and releasing in between the new COD and Battlefield. I feel like if they would have delayed the release date and let the or put it up front further, I don't know. I'd rather have delays than an early release. But I feel like the game could have stood a chance, but they just kind of set it up to fail, which is disappointing because I see potential. I see potential in this series. Titanfall 2 was fun as fuck, and I don't really enjoy a lot of first-person shooters anymore just because the genre is so stale. But Titanfall 2 brings a lot of fresh ideas that I think have been stolen by other games. I mean, like, movement-based shooters are becoming more and more popular, but Titanfall definitely fucking does it best. So, yeah, that concludes my really shitty review of Titanfall 2. Shitty review of a pretty good game. I mean, I don't really have an outro because no one actually watches this shit. So if you are watching this shit, shoutouts to you, my dude. Shoutouts to you.